The Bibby Stockholm is set for closure, and many of the people already who have been housed there have now been moved out. It's a controversial barge repurposed as a temporary housing facility for asylum seekers by the last UK government, by the Conservatives, moored in Portland, Dorset. This floating accommodation was intended to house up to 500 male migrants. It was leased as a cost-saving alternative to hotels in a surge of stupidity as asylum seekers crossed the channel in small boats, and Suella Braverman lost her mind. And there was also criticism of the government about its spending on migrant housing and migrant hotels, and the number of deals that Suella Braverman herself had made with hotel chains and some disreputable London hotels. I don't know whether the Maîtresse Hotel was part of that deal, but certainly, given the bed bugs that it provides in Maid of Vale, it probably does feature somewhere in the lineup. I have no idea. When I was staying there was a broken door to the bathroom. The lamps by the bed didn't work. It was it was a misery. I also remember staying in the Mercure Hotel in Exeter, which I think the back of that was being used as a migrant exercise, but that was a better experience from my point of view. The point is, the government has already committed to long-term hire of hotel accommodation, and so even if the Home Office were to get off its backside and move forward away from the hostile environment, that recipe for institutional laziness, and start processing the claims, there would still be a need to put people in these rooms because they're already hired out. My suggestion is that we should use this huge range of hotels to house homeless people. But the last government faced numerous setbacks over the migrant and the small boats issues, including fire safety concerns over the Bibby Stockholm and protests from both residents and local councils. The case of Leonard Faruku, an Albanian man, adds a tragic layer to the controversy. Faruku was found dead while being held in detention under the UK's immigration system. Presumably, Serco was controlling the Bibby Stockholm. I'm not sure about that, but it's not clear if the Bibby Stockholm itself was the major factor that drove Leonard Faruku's tragedy, but his case intensified the debate over the UK's handling of asylum seekers, with critics citing it as indicative of the broader systemic issues, including inadequate healthcare, inadequate mental health support for detainees. And the financial costs of the Bibby Stockholm scheme are considerable, with estimates that housing asylum seekers on the barge could run at a lower rate per night than hotels, but still demand significant taxpayer funding for maintenance, staff, and security, along with other operational costs. This is an absurd white elephant and a testimony to insensitivity and malicious politicking, trying to send a signal rather than solve a problem.